G'day everyone, welcome to Steelhorse Station. Hope you are doing well. We are here on the Oaks a day later than normal, Tuesday evening here in Oz, and we are a bit busy. G'day Jody, good to see you. I saw John's message as well. I'm guessing he's had to go off to work or other real life activities, but nonetheless, hopefully we'll get a few folks in. Now, let me just press a couple of buttons and get myself a little bit better organized here so I can actually see what's going on. That's a bit better. Now, you guys, we're in the farm, so I finished, just in terms of update, we don't need that tractor for the minute. I finished baling the straw. So yeah, g'day Mark, welcome along. We have a little more chaff in the silo here, so we're up almost at 500,000. Jason, welcome in. So we're up at 500,000 litres of chaff, which is good. The when I rolled over the day, because you can see we're now in October, the corn gave me a big fright because it's ready for harvest, and I was worried that we couldn't chaff it, but we still can. The only problem is, because we're into negative cash, we're going to need to sell some silage before we can get, well, before the game will let us use our workers again, even though they don't cost us directly. So what we'll do, I think we'll be able to fit that. Oh, if I drive that, it's on follow me, it won't go. But if I follow the tractor down here, I can get a full load, and then we can set about solving our cash problem. It's just because follow me uses the worker fees. It doesn't sort of acknowledge the fact that I've got prepaid workers underway, whereas Courseplay will quite happily let them run. I've also cultivated the other side of the field, and so we're almost at the point where we've got to run the plough over this before we can start getting some seed in the ground. So plenty of stuff to be doing. We'll just spend a few minutes filling this up. As you can see, we're going to have quite a lot of chaff and silage, and so I'm hoping we can organise the truck to do a few loops, send one of the kids looping backwards and forwards to the animal shelter. Possibly. There's every chance. I reckon it holds about 1 million compacted. So what I think I'm going to have to do is put the tractor in and compact it a bit so that I can get the trailer up on it to tip it over the back. But it'll be pretty close. We've got 800,000 odd litres in the other one, so I'm quite pleased about the situation that we're in, and I'm glad we only planted half the field. The other thing, which I'll get to in a minute, where are you heading back to? Oh, you're just turning around. That's good to know, because you're still on the course we used last week, which is good. I solved, for those that were on this morning's stream on Newlands, I was talking about what I was trying to do with the mail and object store, and thanks to some suggestions from both Mark and Scooter, I was able to make some progress. So I haven't completely got it the way I want, but I'm able to at least illustrate the principle of what I'm trying to do. So I'll show you all that in a minute. We only need another 20,000 litres and we'll fill this up. I reckon there's 2, maybe 3 more trailer loads after this one. So that's all. It's all goodness. I hope everybody's having a good start to the week. Apologies if I messed with anyone else's Monday night schedule. It was a good thing for me, a good opportunity to go out with some friends from out of town that were visiting. So one of those that you can't pass up. Pretty decent throw on these. Nicely in the back of the trailer. Almost there. God, it looks like it's about the width of the header. It's about, works out at about 10,000 litres a row, maybe a little higher. I think we were about 90 at the turn. If we can do a few loads with the silage with the truck, we'll be able to there we go, we're full, so it's probably about 12,000 for the row. Get this one emptied up. Be quieter when we're not in the lee of that machine. Don't know if we're going to be able to get this into the silo or not. We'll find out in just a sec. Yeah, I think it's a bit steep to be able to back up the mound that we've left in. I didn't manage to get it right to the back. Just not got enough oomph to bump it up there. Not drop anything out. You jiggle it. We got 20,000 out there. We can at least empty it. That'd be a start. So the 40, and then we're going to spill out the front a little bit here, I think. Oh, there we go. We got all that one in. I'm pretty confident we'll get it unloaded. Oh, sorry, it off the field and in. What we'll need to do though, might as well take the trailer over there. Although I could use this trailer to loop to the silage sale. Might be a better idea. Need to hire yarn to get that full. Alright, I'll look forward to having a look at that. I'm not sure I understand your first sentence. Is yarn a particular bunker tool? Nope. Or if it is, I don't have it. Oh, where did I leave the tractor? It's over here. What I'm hoping is I can put one of the kids in this. G'day, Jack Sarge. Good to see you. Welcome along. We're continuing where we left off last week. So now what have we got here? We are on... Oh, there you go. Why can't that? Why will you not delete off? What is going on here? I know why, because you're still on course play. Let's turn that off. And cue you down there. There we go. Back up. Come on. There you go. And drop the weight off the back, because I'm going to leave those things there. Now what I want to do is save that course for the minute. So just before I forget, course play, fields, save, create new folder, F68, save course, F68B, race, forage. Will do for the minute. So that when we come back, Oh, well, we were glad to have you, Jack Sarge. I hope you had a good time. It's got a bit warm there on the weekend. My young bloke was out in the bush camping and fishing, and we've had a nice run of weather. It's getting a bit cooler today. It's sort of a... what do I want to do? I want to stick that weight on there. Get out of there. What I'm hoping is that we can clear this guy off now. And silo. It's very hard to select. Silo position is that one. Yep, got him. That job. Where are you going? That was not what I expected you to do. Did you have a good visit, Jack Sarge? And let's try that again. Create job, silo work. And you've got the silo selected, I can just see there. Park position is there, that's all right. Start job. Target is unreachable. What are you complaining about? Drive in reverse. Still doesn't want to do it. Got the silo selected. Yeah, Melbourne can be pretty busy these days. Target is unreachable. Well, that's good to know. It's not too unreachable. Okay, we're not going to worry about that for a minute. I'll come back and sort that out. So this is what I've been up to. Let's grab a demonstrative tractor. Let's drop the bucket off you. And I've got a bale spike here somewhere. Yeah, I gave it a go earlier and I didn't save. And so I think that was part of my problem. I was just leery. I haven't done my testing and I was leery of putting that leveler on. I certainly won't put the leveler on course play because it seems to just eat the chaff. So for whatever reason, But we might, that's what I meant when I said we might give that a go later and just see what happens. But for now, I thought we'll unfold the bale spike. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. I'll drive the leveler and get it at least on an angle where I can back the trailer into the back was what I had in mind. So we'll do that in just a moment. So tilt you forward, pick you up, and we'll grab another one on the way out. As you can see, we've got plenty of bales. Just doing this to illustrate. Forward you go, pick you up. Right. Back up to the farm. So when I saw the object and bale storage that Giants put out as part of the patch last week, I was really pleased to see it. And I think I mentioned in Friday's stream, it was that classic piece of equipment and capability. I thought, geez, this just a year late, but this is exactly the function console and PC players alike have been looking for, because it's an integrated piece of, you know, warehouse storage shed capability. And whilst it was great to see it in a building, I immediately thought of positions where you've already got your buildings in place, and it's like, I'd really like to have that capability. But I don't want to put down a new building. And here's a good example. This is a shed where I want to store stuff. I think I've got to take them off the forks. Oh, they do ferment. Good to know. Haven't I saw some arguments about whether they did or didn't, so no, it's just the only tricky bit that I've got at the minute is trying to figure out where that spot is here. There you go. So what I've been able to do is create my own version of the mod where get the bales stack in my own building. And so the purpose of these lines here, because I haven't finished, right? So all I've done is taken the mechanism out of the Giants mod and enabled it so you can place it in the vicinity of building that you've got. Ultimately, what I'd like to be able to do, because it's a bit tricky, is have these some edging or some markings so that you can see where you're putting it, because as you've probably gathered, it's a little tricky if I show you what it is at the moment. It's in here somewhere in silos. There you go. It's called Putney Storage, for want of a better name at the minute. My version only costs $50 because really all I'm simulating it is that if you put stuff in a particular space, the Putneys will put it away. And so whilst we don't have any money at the minute, we can't place it. You can't see, because of the way I've done it, you can't see how it's oriented. So I need to put some indicators in, and that was a little bit beyond my technical level. So the kludgy way I've implemented this was just figure out how to not display the building that is in the Giants mod. So, and that was a combination of things that, for those that were on this morning's stream, that was suggested. One was I had a couple of other places that I hadn't been modifying, and I was getting confused also between whether it was visible in the editor or or not. More than happy to do that, Mr. Haythornwaite, but I just figured in this sort of form, it's very usable, because now there's lots of really good sheds that you say, well, and ideally what I'll do is make the footprint smaller so that you can put it somewhere like in here, and you can have an area at the back where stuff will stack for you, like these sorts of things. So my idea is that it's just a way to organize automatically your gear everywhere, and because there's no scripts or anything involved, it'll work a treat everywhere. So if I can just figure out what the markings are, I was thinking just some white lines, because at the minute if I turn on where am I here? If I turn on markings, we'll get a save. It doesn't show, because of the way I've disabled things, it only shows the storage area, which was quite interesting given how the Giants mod's defined. So they've got areas there for obviously different types of things that are denoted that you can't actually see when the shed's there. So there you go. That's what I'm working on, but what that means in practice, and this is the foul line, so to speak, so you can't go much further forward than that, so that I know that this is the drop area, and if I want to pull something out, let's go and move the tractor out the way. Very slowly. Why are we so slow in reverse? To come and stand beside the conveniently placed bale, pallet rather. Where are we? Somewhere around here is the trigger. There it is. I've got 3 round straw bales in there. I want to take one out. Bingo, bango, bongo. There it is. So, a little pleased with myself. More work to do, and more than happy to send it to you, Mark. By your standards, I've done nothing particularly clever or creative, just muddling my way through, and along the way managed to figure out one of the things that was confusing me about the editor was where they use non-visible or visible as an indicator in Giant's editor. What they mean is, can you see it when you're using the editor? If you want to apply it to an object, and whether you want that object to be seen in game or not when it's subsequently used, that's a different setting, which is called non-renderable. So once I understood that, it became much simpler to make things disappear. So that's the first action. So the next job, which tractor will we use? Ah, so you've done a stock check version that includes what's in there. I didn't even think to look at that. Right. Okay, so it doesn't tell me that I've got that shed yet. One would imagine that that's pretty straightforward for you to sort that out. Cool. Well, I was thinking if I could get this to be to work the way I've kind of got in mind, with a couple of marker lines that you can turn on and off and those sort of things, maybe a fraction of decoration, then might even submit it as my own little package to just sort of work through the mod process. So that, you know, there's kind of like a small, a medium and a large for different. So, you know, like for this sort of shed, you want an area out here and for it to stack maybe across 2 bays on the back or something like that. Just the way to configure it to work for you rather than to have to physically place the shed all the time. So that's what I've been up to, and now what I was going to do next was grab the truck and we shall do a test, because I also have the latest GitHub version of autodrive on, and I'm curious to see whether it will now tip properly at the bale shop. You know what? Oops, cut the corner and take out the gate. Oh, come on, how can you get stuck like that? There we go. Turn later. Now turn. There we go. Now what we need to do is come over here. Now what was I trying to do? I was gonna grab... It's the 465. I want to grab the loader upper. Fold the pipe, turn you on. Hello, you should be filling up with silage. Why are you not in the truck? Why did you do that? The last time I did this, you picked the truck fine. What am I doing? What am I missing here? I've taken silage in it before. sure. Yep, silage is fine. This is very odd. It's tracking the truck. That's why I thought it was going to just... There's nothing in the truck. Okay, it's happy with the trailer. Why all of a sudden are you unhappy with the truck? How bizarre. No, so when I bought this device, so when I emptied this silo just the other day, this was the combination that I used. That's how I determined that I couldn't empty it. Very bizarre. Okay. Again, not gonna get too fuffed about it. What we will do is send you on your way down there anyway. I did what you are correct about is I didn't do it on stream. That's absolutely true. I did that off camera, but it was the mechanism that I used off camera. But no, this guy does not want to fill the truck. Which is really interesting because he's sort of looks like he's selected it. Never mind. It looks like it is something to do with the truck, so... Well, I would have said I did, but it's just filled the trailer. That was the bit that stumped me. So we're not going to worry too much about it, because I want to actually get back in positive cash so I can have more things happening at once. So let's send you to, where are we? Close that one. Close that one. The Fisher's Bale sale, and off you toddle. Because you won't be enough on your own, we'll send you down there as well. Because while they're away emptying, oh goodness me, now he's gone and got himself, I was on the wrong auto drive track. Some days it just doesn't want to work. See, that works fine. If I get it close enough. Now it's out of that. Do a side and then I can back it in. Maybe it's just touchy about proximity for the trigger on the truck. So that possibly the detect box is different to the load point. It's a bit closer than I intended. Come on. Get off the front there. Really making a meal of that today. Goodness. Oh, please. That's better. Woodo. A 100,000 litres of silage will get us back in the positives. Drive out the gate this time so that I know which track. There's a cluster of auto drive markers near the gate, and I've just started the other one off on the wrong one. So we want to send you Fisher's Bale Sale. Thank you. Get you out of the front room of these nice folks. I think we might be trading this truck. It's been annoying me. It's got a few little quirks. It was a cute starting edition, and I like it because it fits the scenario, but it's got a few little problems. So when we pick up a 754, when we've got enough funds, we'll I think we might swap that one out. Now let's take the roller off there. Avoid the pile of silage we've now left in the middle of the yard. Let's see if we can you just a little bit. That's better. Just get the bumps sorted. That back on because that'll tell me. Just make sure we're not eating chaff. What's down? Certainly the new Fendt. So we've eaten chaff again, have we? No, maybe not. Does this better than the Massey did. Definitely, if we can turn this into a ramp, then we can back the trailer up and drop a couple of trailer loads over the back there, and I reckon that'll enable us to get it off the field. And then we'll be in good shape. You lower for me. That's the way I want. No, I'm too low. Gets a bit bumpy in there. Come on. Yep, so this leveler definitely eats chaff. So we've lost two. Oh, it might have popped out the front, to be fair. Back you go. At least we've got a little bit more of a grade up there now, so we stand a chance, I think. Just waiting for that. Might have to go and check on the vehicles, because I would have expected them, or at least the tractor, to be at the dealership by now. which tends to suggest that it's... There we go. I reckon that's about... Let's just put you over there. Try not to demolish our... Yeah. Same problem as before. So it get in the reversing course, gets to the edge of the pit and won't unload. A very strange auto drive bug. Still holding it as waiting for delivery. It just not detecting the... It's detecting it to stop there. But it won't unload. And if I take it off, we'll get a trigger when I turn the engine back on and select the trailer. And there's the trigger. Oh, now the truck's here. He should stop. He'll have the same problem. You'll be able to see it play out, actually. When I move, that takes us nicely back into the positive, so that'll give us enough cash to deal with for the day. Let's just watch him position. We can send you back to the yard. Stops at the trigger. But if I have you drive through, you'll drop it off without any trouble. The only problem is you won't be able to get out of there. Very odd. Come on. So we can pick that mess up later. When our tractor gets back, I reckon we can go and harvest some more chaff. We could do. Whoops. Have I got enough? I know you don't like the full trailer full of bales very much, but have I got enough traction to be able to back you into our new storage area? Maybe. Beautiful. It's a lovely thing. That's what we wanted. Take you down to the fields. I know in the fields the land is not quite. I can get about half a trailer picked up, but because of the different traction levels in the field, it just gets stuck. But we'll do half. Well, the tractor's almost returned. I'll get out of his way. Let's pick up 10 and see how we go. That'll give us some done. I'm just about at the limit there now of traction, I think. Take you off there, come back with a bigger tractor after to finish that job off. I'll take you back to the field and come back and get the big tractor. We'll drive around because we won't be able to turn you in the cut-in. I haven't had a look today to see what's in the store. Let's do that while we're here. If we felt really keen, we potentially might have enough money to do potatoes. We don't need another Marshall. They're just a quirk of the mod. There's nothing we need to concern ourselves. Well, the only thing we potentially might take is the bigger planter. If we're going to put more corn in, that would be corn or sunflowers, that would be a good pickup for us, or even soybeans for that matter. So maybe we should, it's not top of our list, but because it's there and a couple more loads of silage, maybe we should. What do people think? Currently our planter capacity is pretty limited. I think it's a 3. So I'll leave you there for just a tick. Drop you back by the gate. Plenty of fuel. Let's go get foraging. We're going to load that course back in. Do a 47-point turn to turn around here. One thing that is interesting, so Mark made the comment before that we'll fill this, we'll fill the bunker just with what we've done on here. Well, keep in mind that in terms of yield, we're way down. So we've got oops, let's take you off there and put the weight on the back first. We've got I think hardly any fertilizer on this field and plenty of weeds, so let's grab our course. Load course, activate, thank you. We want nearest waypoint and there. We'll stick you. Five and behind gonna work. I can't remember. We had it set to offset at one point. There we go. VRV. But yes, so if you see here, so we've got terrible, oh, even in the crop, the expected yield, we're down 30% on the yield. So imagine we're probably another couple of 100,000 litres of chaff shy of what we could do in that field, which is interesting. Where is our truck gone? Our truck has not returned. Because I didn't send it back. Is that probably the reason? There you go. Same bug that causes you to unload. Does that get you stuck on the edge of the pit there, does it? It does. Okay, well, we won't worry about that for now. Come on. Get out of there. Right. Now, what we would pay to do... I think pull you out of there. Drop you off. You can't pull the big plough, but you can do the 4-blade. And let's have a look at our planting windows and see what the highest priority fields are. To plough is... So barley we can still go to the end of November. So canola, so if we want to put canola in the big field, we've got to get it in today. And that means we need to plough where we've had the corn. So what sort of course can we get? I want to start over here somewhere if we can. Let's kill that course. Work width. It's not 1.8 meters. Which plough have we got on here? Maybe it is 1.8 meters. The agro's pH 4, which is... The 4 is 2 meters, okay. So... 6 headlands. Selected the correct field. So we want round corners, little overlap. We want you to start in the center. Show me what the course you're going to give me is. And you're going to start down there. That's going to work. It's going to keep you out of the crop that we're working. So let's start you off. And there's not a chance in the world that you're going to catch our boys that are getting the corn off. So then the question is, our feeder for canola, we have 2. The air sim requires, it'll do the faster job, but it requires too much horsepower. But the 60 horse, we could get going on the other side of the field. We just need to be a little bit creative. I think 58 horses versus 75. Let's use the 75. No point in overstressing the equipment for once. Now, oh, the truck made it back. How about that? We want you. You got seed. You have a little bit of seed. We could do with a bit more. And again, right. We want canola. Beautiful. So, what I'm thinking, this is a nice little maneuverable combination. And so if we go and start it off on this side of the field, without anything fancy, just run a line, something like so. What are we facing there? Where's north? About 360 degrees, and just whack you on, because whatever you run will come back and tidy up afterwards. The challenge will be, will you keep running on this angle down here? G'day, Farm Sim Brisco. Great to have you along. There's a few lurkers hiding in the background. People either playing or working. And we've just started putting canola in this field while we're still foraging the corn. We're getting it there slowly. Excellent. Nice cup of tea always goes down a treat. The main thing we've been doing, so we've got a heap of chaff in here. We're still loading it up. We've got 600,000, probably got another 250 to put in there. We're selling off this to keep ourselves positive. No, it's not so nice out of fuss, but if it's freezing cold, it's better than, I mean, if freezing cold outside, it's better than nothing. The other change is, so you see my markings here and the fact that I can't go further forward than this. So I've modified the Giants mod so that I can apply it to existing sheds. So we can now use the mod that came out last week to stack our stuff in the shed, which seems so far to be working pretty well. We can get it back out again over here. There's a trigger somewhere. There it is. At the moment we've only got straw bales in there, but it'll do the job. Now meanwhile, we might be able to send another load. I don't know if the open or the cabless Massey will have enough. I don't think it's got enough horsepower to drive that little forage blower. Let's have a look here. Belt system, no, 90 horses. We do not have 90 horses sitting around at present. So next job, we're going to need more seed. So for more seed, we're going to want to take the bale spikes off. Come on, back down you come. Why are you so difficult to in reverse? There you go. Let's bring our little auger wagon across. Oops. Whoops. So let's go and get some seed loaded up. Go over the side there. Yes, you will. That's what we want. Get a little bit of seed in the wagon. Next thing we need. Oh, that's what I didn't put on, I don't think. Did I include the mods? I was talking about it. I did not. I forgot to put in the mod we decided for our supplies. I was going to use Gamer Joy's supply mod, silo for lime. Never mind. I'll do that for Friday. Oh. Just managed to pick up the doorposts. Did you end up deciding, Farm Sim Brisco, on the question you asked us? You ask us, or did you ask on your... You asked somewhere. Are you going to do a new map, or are you going to make enhancements to this one? As you can see, Mr. Haythorn Waite is one of our lurkers today. I'm presuming busily doing his real work in the background. What's happening here? Why am I not getting a trigger? Because I'm not anywhere near the... That'll be why. Saxthorpe Farm. Oh, well, that sounds promising. That's great news. Well, now that it's out there, you'll have people asking for it, you know, from next weekend. I'm guessing it's a good 6 months or more away. Ah. So you want to sort of make a crop type texture for long grass? Is that what you're thinking? I reckon that's sounding like a very ambitious time frame. Farm Sim, I reckon you should give yourself at least another 6 or 8 weeks on that, because I think based on the job you did here, you'll find even though it's 2x, you'll still have a heap of features that you want to put in. So I reckon it'll still take you a similar amount of time. What have we got here? And getting that guy proving a little fiddly. There we go. Are you able to take a text, like a crop texture from somewhere and modify that into a foliage? I've never looked at that side of how map making works. Ah, okay. Okay, so the foliage that you want to use exists, it just doesn't exist on the map. Why didn't that empty? Oh, there we go. How strange. That sounds like exactly the sort of topic that Farm Sim Brisco, that Farmer Bob would have done one of his little. Okay. Well, I know enough to know it won't be as simple as just copying one. And giants are fairly Bower Brown. Okay, I haven't heard of Bower Brown, so I should probably look at him myself. So now we have a auger wagon, and for those that haven't used this and get stuck and can't figure out how to use the auger, it's got mouse control. Or at least it did have. Maybe I've got to have an engine running. No, I'm not able to extend the auger. I'm sure I sorted this out the other day. And I was able to mouse control that auger pipe. Tip side left. Oh, that's what I gotta do. I gotta go tip side auger and then I can mouse control it. Is that the... No. I'm sure that's how I did it the other day. Why are you misbehaving? Tip side auger. You're not PTO. Let's go out to the field. I had trouble with it the other day and then I got it to work with the mouse and it was working fine. So I decided to keep it because it looks the part. Little tractors making a reasonable fist of getting some canola planted. It's missed a couple of little stripes, but that's par for the course. Looks like our forages have finished. Cool. I remember you saying that that was one of the things that you found difficult on this doing this map. Right, we are finished, or we are full, I should say. Back it up. Now we'll find out moment of truth. Can we back it into the I think you discussed that on your drive around, if I recall correctly. And I can imagine, having used the editor a little bit, how challenging that would be. Yeah, I wondered, it's the sort of activity where I wondered at the time you were describing it, if someone that knows a significant more amount than me would know, but a really detailed person on Giants editor and map making, it sounded like the sort of job that you could solve for with a spline. So you could put a spline down the area, you know, in a line that you want the bank, and then have run a script against the spline to create the bank for you. And it's just strikes me as one of those things that should be possible, but I have no idea how to go about doing it. Actually, the sort of the person that might be able to help you with something like that, if you haven't got a connection, would be somebody like Ola Heldor, who seems to be really switched on in all matters of maps and how to do off the wall things with the tools that are available. You might reach out to him and ask. Yeah, can we get up? Come on, I want you to go further back than that. Just haven't got enough oomph. Come on, you can do it. Just want you to go up before you dig the back of the trailer in. Yeah, well, I reckon if you described what you're trying to create, he might be able to advise on a semi-automated process to create it. And as I said, I would have thought, having seen how splines are used to create roads and level, you know, provide consistent grades for roads and rail to follow along, I would have thought that you could use the underlying spline mechanism to do exactly what you're trying to do. So in effect, you know, we have a, go into a map view for a second, and you've got your just imagine it's the view of your map, and you say, well, okay, so I know I'm putting a road down here, and I want to berm in effect to run on that hedge line. So you create a special spline from here to here, and then you run a script against that spline, which transforms the terrain lickety split into your berm. You know, a couple of settings that you put into the script designate how high it is vis-a-vis some reference point of the spline. That's the sort of idea that I'm getting at. Now, as I said, I've got no idea in practice how to do it. It just strikes me that it should be doable. Whether or not it becomes more work to create the specialized spline and scripts than it is to actually do your berms, that's a whole other story. Now, where can we go here? Can I get back through there? I've got to go round, I think. We're getting it down. I reckon 2 more trailers. We'll get it all off. Thanks very much for dropping by. Great to have you in. Enjoy the rest of your week. We'll be back usual time on Thursday evening, Friday. It was only yesterday that was an exception. Yeah, back underway. Now, where was I up to? I was trying to make that darn auger unfold. Managed to open the back of the... maybe it's because it hasn't kicked... Maybe I've got a connected tractor on. It just doesn't like the landy. There's a possibility that's the case. Let's try the other tractor. That way we'll find out if it's just my incompetence that's causing the problem. I suppose I could have put the trailed lifter on it, but to do the translation, but let's see if this works. Probably more realistic to have pulled it out with this tractor anyway, rather than the Landy. Shut the rear door. Which is that one of Control M. There we go. So I'll connect you on. I don't get an option. Ah, there we go. Now I've got mouse control, so I can use my mouse really slowly to put the auger out. That's good to know. I need a tractor in order to get it to work. We're about halfway through that tank, so we'll let you go. You're doing a terrific job. You can leave you there. I reckon he's got a few more runs before we have to come fill him up. Take the Landy back. Actually, we can go and pick up the windrower and get that off the field. There we go. What? Oh, you're not gonna tow that without the trailed lifter. Okay. Why are you not making that turn? The tree, I'm guessing. Picked up the wrong one. You picked up the wrong one, my friend. That's better. Now, where were we? In the Landy right here. Basically, we need another 100-horse tractor. You're not going to pull out of there, are you? We need another 100-horse tractor to work in the pit to drive that pickup. to automate that job. A second-hand one would be ideal. Oh, turns a bit too tight. There we go. That's that sorted. Bales to pick up there. We might be able to bring the truck down to tow that back. That might do the trick. We need to extend our yard, another storage shed for implements. Take that off there for the minute. You back. Whoops. Oh. Just pop in there. That's where we want you. Ah, get off. Why don't you disconnect? That's better. Let's bring you forward. And then drop the trailer off. Let's go and see if we can get those bales in. Because then we're in a position to be able to prep this field. I haven't looked to see what we need in terms of I'm guessing we're going to need lime. Doesn't need ploughing. It's only 68A that needs ploughing, so where are we there? It's actually pretty good for lime as well, so the patch in the center might be nice to drop some on, but apart from that, the rest of it's really good. So is that just soil type difference? No, it's just a bit, we must have run out of lime when we were doing it before. So I think if we get a chance just to throw a little lime on, well, it's just a matter of seeding it then. Can I? Yeah, just not the right height by the looks. We'll see how we go. A little bit of wheel spin. Yep, we'll get them picked up. We might just cheat to hoist the last couple into the bed of the truck. Just while we're here. There we go. That's all that activity dealt with. Fold that up. There we go, down there. Yep. Yep, reckon there'll be one more tank, one more trailer load on that field. So we'll get the canola in all right. Drop our bales in our shed here. Makes it nice and easy to stack them in. Yeah. Fold the trailer up. I'll be interested to see if it'll take them out of the back of the truck or whether I'll have to throw them out. Haven't I've spent more time trying to modify the placeable than I have actually using it to see how it works. And if I park, it might be a bit high. Oh no, I'll take them out of there. Beautiful. Just what we need. So that worked a treat. Revolutionizes bale handling and pallet handling, that's for sure. So now we just need a high enough horsepower tractor to be able to drive that. This must be just about full over here, I'd reckon. Plowing should be proceeding. He is. Hopefully he's not getting stuck down there. No, he's quite happy. Somewhere over here is the tractor we're looking for. We're about halfway. This is definitely the last land. We'll fill this up and there won't be a full trailer to follow, so that's good. Seeding's still got a long way to go, but we can put one of these tractors on the other seeder. Where are we here? Seeders. The air symbol, gill air symbol work a lot. Oh, it's only 3 meters as well, so no. That's, oh, there we go, 6 meters on the gill. So that'll make a lot faster progress. The reason it did that complicated maneuver there is because we've got him only going forwards to do his course resolution so that the trailer can actually follow eventually. There we go. Works pretty well. Overall, once we got it sorted out, I'm pretty happy with how that's unfolded. We certainly got all the crop off. We just need to compact it now, and that'll set us up financially for a little while. But we're coming up on the 2-hour mark. So it's been, get the feeling there's folks doing a bunch of other things. There's a bunch of you still here, so I very much appreciate that. Thank you very much for joining me this evening on this unusual Tuesday evening for me stream. We'll be back again on Friday morning, so Thursday afternoon, evening for the US and Europe. We'll be back here on the Oaks, and we will be seeding across the board. And the decision we really need to make is, do we didn't have a use for the planter at the minute, but do we take advantage of grabbing the Horsch 9-meter planter while it's available to us? Given that there's nothing else in the sales that we need right at the minute. But we can leave that decision till then. Just take a risk on whether it's going to be available or not. In the meantime, enjoy your week, folks, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks everyone for watching. See ya.